Hi, I'm James Schillinglaw of Insider Travel Videos, and I'm here with Alex Sharpe of Signature Travel Network. Alex, I wanted to start off to talk a little bit about what you're doing with Signature Travel Network, some of the growth potential that you have worldwide, talk about your technology, talk about your marketing. Let's start off a little with that international growth. How many members do you have actually total now?
Well, total members, we have 211 members, but only 5 international members outside of the U.S. and Canada.
Right. So, but you're aiming to grow that, you think?
Well, I think with everything we do, it's measured growth. I have one salesperson on purpose, right? It's about finding the right fit. It's about really discerning which agency partners would be the best fit for Signature and us for them.
But I think overall you said you had something like 7,000 travel counselors out in the market with selling, what, $7 billion or something like that?
Exactly, right. So it's amazing the growth of our business and of our agencies now with, again, 211. It's the highest average sales per agency in the business.
That's a great news for that. And one of the reasons you do that is for the technology that you have. Signature has always been known for that technology. Let's talk a little bit about some of it. There's so much about it. I know, you keep announcing more and more things. Talk about this. You've just unveiled a new version of the Pocket Travel Consultant, I guess it is, or what is that, and what is it going to be doing?
Yeah, so Pocket Travel Consultant is an app, right, in your phone. We have a lot of consultants using it today. It's powered by Access, which is a wonderful company. And what we've done is built some proprietary content along with it and some bridges to get the information into Pocket Travel Consultant from client base, from the GDS.
Okay, and that actually where your customers can communicate directly to your agents, right?
Well, yeah, first it starts with the consultants pushing the itineraries out to their customers, right? So your day by day, link to destination guides, link to the greatest restaurants in the area, whatever it is. But then it also allows for two-way communication so that the consumer, the customer, can come back and say, hey, can we add this? Can we do that? Whether in trip, before trip, or whenever it is, and it records it all, and then you have everything right there at your fingertips.
Yeah, very innovative and very effective to tie your counselors into their clients. Now, you also have Client Reach. If you could talk a little bit about what Client Reach is and what it does.
Yeah, well, what we found with Client Reach is we're trying to just make our consultants much more efficient in terms of the way they communicate with their customers. We certainly don't want to get in the way. We don't want to put electronic communications in place of personal communications, but we think we can augment them. We think that we can add value there. And what we found is with any of our technology, it's about removing obstacles, right? So we know that when our consultants start with res cards, when they start with client base and they build those properly, that now we're able to say, well, if you do that, which helps us market better on your behalf, you're also able to get this string of personalized, customized messages to that customer that are going to remind them to book their pre and post. It's going to remind them to book insurance. It might send them destination guides. It's going to ask them for feedback, and so on and so forth. So whether it's, again, removing obstacles to make them more efficient, in the case, to go back for a second, in the case of Access, we just rolling out a new plan where Signature is taking on a much bigger role in terms of licensing. Access and Pocket Travel Consultant is a wonderful piece of technology, but it's not inexpensive, right? $240 per seat, right? We're now at a position where we're going to be able to deliver it for our members for less than $20 a seat.
That's great. That's great news. So, and another technology I think you introduced a year or so ago, but now you're really working very heavily with it, is Cruise Tracker. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, for us, it was funny. It was a conversation with a member that just, he was frustrated that cruise pricing was changing, and how did he keep up with it for his customers? And he said, you guys have all the pricing. You had the pricing last week. You have the pricing this week. Can't you just tell me when it changes? And so it's a little more complicated than that, but not being a tech guy myself, that's the way I explain it. And so what we do is basically when you book or even when you quote something, we're able to track the price of it and report back to the consultant when pricing has changed, when an amenity's changed, when a port of call has changed. You can use it as a sales tool. Hey, the price is going up. make sure you act now, or the price went down and let me make sure that we get you the very best value. In many cases, even for the cruise lines who, look, in the past year have had many price changes and not
a few, yeah,
right? But it's given us the opportunity, because then we're controlling the messaging. They're not finding out the price went down, they're finding out that there's an opportunity to upgrade to a better suite, right? And that's what everyone wants. We want to get higher ADRs, we want to provide value to the consumer, and we want to be in the know, and that's what Cruise Track allows us to do.
And the last thing in technology front I'll just talk about is Signet, which is basically your intranet, right? Extranet. And you keep adding and augmenting to that. Talk a little bit about what you've been doing with that.
Well, it's the hub. I've described it since I got here day one. I want it to be like everyone's Facebook page. It's where they should start and end their day, right? It needs to have all the tools there. So we've had Signet for a long time. A few years ago, we really put a lot of time and energy into kind of revamping it and making it more current. And what we found is, the two most important things for our consultants are efficiency and relevancy, right? So they need to be efficient when they're working, because no one has enough time. No one has enough time, right? And then they want to be relevant to their consumers. So Signet, better search tools, all kinds of really, just deeper filtering. You want to know which hotels allow dogs. You want to know which hotels allow this. You have that at your fingertips. But then also you want to be relevant, right? So you want to send quotes to people. You want to do hotel comparisons. All those types of things right there at your fingertips, all available through Signet.
Well, you mentioned hotels, and actually one of the main features of Signature is you have a wonderful hotel program. Talk a little bit about that and where it's going.
Sure. Ignacio Mazza has built an incredible program with his team in New York, 975 hotels now. It's part of the rationale why we started bringing in some international members. The international members have strong hotel business, and we wanted to boost our hotel business, make us more relevant to our suppliers in more destinations, and that's happening. When we look at the hotel program, again, 12 years ago we had none. And now I think it's probably the main catalyst for helping our members sell more luxury travel, right? It's become a big part of what we do. It's been a big part of the value proposition for a Signature consultant to their customer.
Yeah, and you also now have new amenities like free Wi-Fi at every hotel in the collection, right?
Well, don't we expect it everywhere we go?
We do, finally, after all this year. I've been saying it for years, but some people didn't answer that.
I get upset when I have to actually log in. I just want it to happen, right? And now to be able to secure that from every single one of our 975 partners, it just gives our consultants that peace of mind. They can look their customer in the eye and say, look, you don't have to worry about Wi-Fi. You're not going to get tagged with an additional fee. It's going to be there every single time. And I think that's an important feature, and one that's probably long overdue.
And the two last topics I want you to address, if you could, is your marketing and your training. Talk a little bit about what you're doing on the marketing front today.
Yeah, marketing, it's two things. It's about creating relevancy and content, and it's about expanding their reach. And so we have a wonderful database of over 5 million households that's well curated, right? We know where they've traveled, we know their preferences, we know what we've marketed to them and what they've opened and liked, right? So we have all this information. It's about making sure that we're sending them relevant information, but we're also digging deep into that database, because oftentimes consultants are going to go back to their core, their best 50 customers, their best 100 customers, but there's so much gold beyond that. And so our marketing programs are about digging in deeper, right? And we're always doing it in the brand of the consultant, in the brand of the agency, their call to action, their profiles, and that kind of thing. So it really is working, and it's making them relevant to
their
customers.
And you have a mix of your print publications, magazines, and direct mail pieces, and then of course you have your email programs, right?
It's all about the combination. You can't do anything with just television. You can't do everything with just print or just electronic media. It's about touching them in many, many different ways, right? So it's about getting a publication and then following up with some direct mail pieces and then a personal contact, or we forward them a microsite or an online magazine that we have, and really try and pull that together, and then understand what they're clicking on and how they're interacting with it, understanding your customers so that you can help close the sale.
And then, of course, the final piece is training and education. And obviously, we're here at your largest Signature Travel Network conference ever with your 60th anniversary, and you have a lot of agents here, and they're all taking training sessions. But talk a little bit about the other features of the training and education you do.
Well, there's lots of training and education, whether it be in destination, right? The Signature educational programs that our suppliers so graciously graciously, engage us with, whether it be our regional trainings, whether it be our online training. Signature Travel Expert now has 1,400 consultants that are certified. These are people who have dug in, who have spent hours going through our programs and different modules, and then done 10 different supplier certifications in order to be a signature travel expert, right? So that's a heck of a commitment. I talked earlier today about, this has been the year to get in the gym. This has been the year to get fit, to understand what your specialty is, to be really sound in your knowledge base, because there's so much information out there. There's so much misinformation out there. It's the consultant's job to kind of synthesize it and get it to something more manageable so that they can close a sale and they can leave their customer with the confidence that their time is going to be well spent.
Well, Alex, it's been a great conference so far, and congratulations on your 60th anniversary for Signature Travel Network. Congratulations on a new record attendance here, and congratulations on all the different announcements on technology and marketing and everything else that you do. And we'll look forward for bigger and better things to come from Signature.
Great. Thank you so much, and thanks for being here, and appreciate your time and you covering this great industry.
I'm James Shillinglaw for Insider Travel Videos.